What is going on, buddy? Welcome back to All Things Film. Today I want to do my review of The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 9, titled Honor. It's a big one, so get ready. But before I do begin, I want to give a spoiler warning in case you haven't seen the episode. But other than that, let's begin. It officially happened, guys. Carl Grimes is off The Walking Dead. I couldn't believe when I saw it, but it's over. I was in denial, but we saw the end. He shot himself, and he's gone. It's sad, but it's gone. And in this video, I want to talk about three major things. I want to talk about the acting, the writing, and the directing / editing. To start off, and I'm also going to talk about the Kingdom stuff and all that. So do a quick recap of it, so don't worry. And also, to begin with, I want to talk about the acting, because the acting in this episode was amazing. I really did like it. Chandler Riggs gave the best performance I've ever seen from him ever on The Walking Dead. So all the interviews over the break when they said Chandler Riggs gave the best performance, they weren't lying, because his performance was really good, like one of the best I've ever seen him. I don't think there was a flat moment in this episode from Chandler, not that I can remember. And especially the scenes with Judith, that was just horribly heartbreaking. And especially when Judith started crying, I was like, when I saw that, I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now, The Walking Dead? You're really gonna make a baby cry in front of her dying brother? Like, that is like, how cruel can that is? So sad. But I did love it, because that's really good right there. That's good writing in a way. But it just made me so sad, seeing Judith cry. I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, is she like, that's just horribly sad. But yeah, Chandler gave one of the best performances ever on The Walking Dead, as well as Andrew Lincoln and Denai Guerrera. Denai Guerrera, like, it was so real from her, and just made me so sad. And Andrew Lincoln as well. I was hoping for more emotions from Rick, I will admit that. But I do understand why he didn't go completely berserk and let the emotions get the best of him, because I'm sure he didn't want his dying son to see him like that. We're probably gonna see like his more emotions like come out of him as the episodes go on. But yeah, I was hoping for a little more emotion. I was still happy with what I saw though. And then I want to talk about Lenny James as well, he was amazing this episode. Arguably like one of the best parts of the episode. I did really like Morgan this episode. Like, amazing. Morgan's one of my favorite characters of all time, I think. But yeah, that brings me on to the writing, because I did really like the writing. I know The Walking Dead gets a lot of hate on the writing and stuff, and the writing has not been as good as it used to be. But in this episode, I really did like the writing. It was good writing. The dialogue between Rick and Carl, and Carl and Michonne, that was really good writing. I did really enjoy that. I'm not sure exactly who wrote the script. I forgot. I don't think it was Scott M. Gimple who wrote the script. Actually, it might have been. Yeah, I think he co-wrote it. I think he actually co-wrote it with someone. I'm not sure. But the writing was really good in this episode. I did really enjoy it. Then I also want to talk about the directing, because now I'm not sure if I want to blame this on the directing, because I think it's more editing / directing. But I did really like the directing in the beginning, when the little like scenes when Carl was helping Sadiq, and he was like, the music, I mean, it kind of fell off, the music, because it was just a horrible sad moment, but for some reason it fit. Like, for some reason I did enjoy it. Maybe that was just me being super hyped The Walking Dead was coming back on, but for some reason I did enjoy that little montage of him getting ready, and dealing with his bite and helping Sadiq, and him like smiling back and forth, and him giving food to Sadiq. I did like that for some reason. I know it kind of felt a little off with the music and stuff. I mean, the music was sad. If you listen to the lyrics, it was pretty sad. But anyways, I want to talk about one thing. I think the worst thing in this episode for me was I think that scene. I made a video on this scene with Morgan when we found out how the Saviors escaped. I made a video on that. Just the way it was placed in the episode, it felt so like weird. Like, it did not belong in that episode. Like, I don't know, it just kind of felt weird, like kind of forced. It just showed us how they escaped. I made a video on it. If you want to go check out the video, I made a breakdown on that specific scene. But yeah, that scene didn't fit in the episode for some reason to me. But that's not a big deal. But I want to talk about the Carl, because this part was, I didn't really like. This part was when Carl, because we get like an emotional couple minutes of Carl and Rick talking, and then like all of a sudden the Kingdom stuff just jumps right in the middle of it, and then Carl again, and then Kingdom stuff. I didn't like that. I liked it. It should have been like Carl, give us a good like 5-6 minutes of Carl's emotions and stuff, and then commercial break, and then give us some Kingdom stuff, and then maybe a commercial break, and then Carl stuff. Or I don't know. It kind of sounds weird me saying that, but I just did. I mean, a little more is all I'm asking, because I didn't like it how I didn't like it how they gave us like a minute or two of Carl, and then all of a sudden we see action. Like, I didn't like that. Like, if I'm gonna be sad and I want to see some emotional ass scenes, I just want to see the emotional ass scenes, get it over with, cry my eyes out, and then move to the action. I didn't like how the Morgan stuff was just jumping right in the middle. Now, I did really like the Kingdom and Morgan stuff. I did really like that. I just didn't like the placement of it in that episode. I mean, I'm not saying it didn't belong in the episode. It just didn't, just the placement of it. Like, it just kept jumping right in the middle of their conversation. I was like, come on. Like, I didn't like that. I wanted to see, like, a lot of Rick and Carl and Michonne. But yeah, let's talk about the Kingdom stuff now since I brought it up. I did really like it. I'm not saying I didn't like it. I mean, Morgan was, like, one of the best parts of this episode. I think I really liked Morgan's part. And I'm, like, putting a lot of, exaggeration on that, really, because I did really like Morgan. When he ripped that guy's guts out, I was like, whoa, Morgan, chill out, my guy. That Morgan's crazy, man. He's going down that crazy path again, and I think that's where that's gonna come to the conclusion of the season finale when he realizes that he's gone completely mad, and then I think that's why he leaves to Texas when he goes to the Fear the Walking Dead. But yeah, Morgan's just out of his mind right now. And then I think this is one of the best parts, and I think this is like kudos to the directing and Greg Nicotero. And even in the interview on The Talking Dead, he said that he kind of got inspired by like Michael Myers / that serial killer vibe. You know what I'm talking about? Like Michael Myers, Jason, whatever, Scream. I did really like that because when Morgan was hunting down Gavin, that shit was like straight out of a horror movie. I really liked that. I'm not putting a lot of emphasis on that really because I did really like it. When he was hunting down Gavin and Gavin was like running for his life and Morgan was just slowly walking down the hallway with his staff, and then he was like sliding his staff through the dirt and, slowly walking after Gavin, who was running for his life. And then he pinned him down, and he was, like, torturing. I mean, he was, like, not torturing him, but, like, intimidating him. And it was beautifully, the shots when he was, like, slowly running after when Morgan was slowly running after Gavin, those shots were beautiful. I did really like those shots. So that part of the directing was really good. I did like that part. And then even Greg Nicotero said in The Talking Dead, he kind of got inspired by like that Michael Myers vibe and stuff like that. So I definitely did see that. When I was watching that, I was like, okay, is Morgan some sort of serial killer right now? And then the big part is Gavin did die. I made a video on Gavin a couple days ago, and a big part of me was actually thinking that Gavin would turn to the good side because he seems like he has a good heart. Or not a good heart. I mean, I don't know. He seems like his heart's in the right spot. Like he knows what's good and bad. But just more. I mean, Negan the mastermind just scaring all these saviors, and even the good ones have to become evil, or Negan will kill them. So I think Gavin was one of those people. And kudos to The Walking Dead for finally killing a big villain. They killed Gavin. Gavin is out of the way. So I think Simon is next. Bring it on, Simon. You're next, buddy. And then Negan. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I did like the kill, I guess. Henry did kill him. I was like, that took me away from surprise. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't expect that. Like, I did expect Henry to come to the battle because that's kind of cliche when they tell the kid, like, no, stay here, you can't fight. I mean, they did it with Carl throughout the whole Walking Dead. They told him Rick always told him, like, stay back, don't fight, and then he finds his way to the war. So I was expecting Henry to come back. I just didn't expect him to fucking shove a staff through Gavin's neck in the back. I was like, holy shit. Like, that was crazy. But that was cool. I think I'm excited for Henry's storyline in The Walking Dead. It seems like he's going to have a big storyline coming up. And, yeah, I'm going to make a video on... Because there's a lot of stuff in this episode. Obviously, the big thing was also... the dreams and stuff that we were seeing the first half of The Walking Dead, it turned out to be Carl's dream. I'm going to make a more in-depth video on that because I think there's a lot more to that. And then also that ending scene with Rick. I think there's some stuff into that too. But, yeah, it was a sad episode, man, losing Carl. He is off The Walking Dead. It's sad. A lot of people grew up with Carl, a lot of people seen Carl grow up. So it's sad seeing Carl be off The Walking Dead. And I did his new haircut. I saw on The Talking Dead. It looks really good. And I'm excited for the future. I know he makes music and stuff, and I've actually listened to some stuff. It's pretty good. And yeah, so it's official. Carl Grimes is off The Walking Dead, but I'm excited for the future. I'm excited to see what they do with The Walking Dead and how they you know, how they change storylines because of Carl's death, and the storylines moving on from the rest of season 8 onto season 9. But I want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like rating. And if you want more Walking Dead videos like this, like breakdowns and discussions and stuff like that, be sure to subscribe. And I have a bunch of videos planned out for this, you know, this episode in the next half of the season 8. There's some really good stuff coming up, so I'm excited. So stay tuned for that. But thanks again for watching. If you did enjoy, you know, be sure to subscribe. And thanks again for watching. It's been All Things Film. Till next time, peace.